So one of the things that I didn't think I covered well enough is synthetic division. So we're gonna take a pause in unit 6 and just cover back over that. And synthetic division is closely linked to factoring. It's closely linked to solving for zeros. So the two important parts to be able to synthetically divide is recognizing the polynomial that you are dividing and where your factor is located. In the green, you're going to find your factor. So I advise you to get a separate sheet of paper, rewrite these problems. This is a major grade for you. I'm expecting you to synthetically divide. I'm expecting you to completely factor polynomials. I'm expecting you to be able to do these things. I'm expecting you to be able to list rational roots. I'm expecting you to find all zeros for a polynomial. So everything looks different. Every section looks different. There's 4 major problems here, but they have sub-problems in alphabetical order. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to a blank piece of paper. So number 1, we have A. Number 1, A. So this is your polynomial. P to the 4th plus 5p cubed minus 11p squared minus 25p plus 29. Now it's divided by, all of this is divided by p plus 6. We're going to use synthetic division. So these are the steps. Step 1. Make sure the terms are in order. For the top line. Right? Step 2. Make sure all terms are listed. So if you start with p to the 4th, you should have a p cubed term, which we do. You should have a p squared term, which we do, and a p term and a number term. If you don't have one of those numbers, you always plug in a 0. Now, what we're going to do, step 3, is use the coefficient of each term in the polynomial. Okay, so here I have 1 in front. So I have 1, 5, negative 11, negative 25, and positive 29. Now, for the binomial that you're dividing by, solve for the variable. For the binomial that you're dividing by, solve for the variable. So for p plus 6 equals 0, minus 6 on both sides, and p equals negative 6. I'm going to use this number, negative 6. Okay, that's one of my roots. This is one of my roots. One of my factors. One of my roots. Now, how do I start this process? First thing we do, draw your line. Okay? And create a divider. Create some dividers. Alright? Now, that first number always just drops down. And then you multiply the first number times this number. That first number, multiply that number times this number. You get negative 6, it carries over. 5 minus 6 is negative 1. Then you multiply this negative 1 times negative 6, you get positive 6. Negative 11 plus 6 is negative 5. Then negative 5 times negative 6, I get positive 30, and I get negative positive 5 here. Then 5 times negative 6 comes over here, I get negative 30, and my remainder is negative 1. So your final answer here, the final answer for the first one, we're using it in terms of p. We started off with p to the 4th originally, so now we start off with 1p to the 3rd minus 1x squared minus 5x plus 5 with a remainder of negative 1. There's number 1. So we're going to do the same exact thing. We're going to do the same exact thing on the next problem. So I'm going to go back, write my answer in. I get p 1p cubed minus 1p squared minus 5p plus 5 with a remainder of negative 1. So next, I'm going to do letter B. I'm going to do letter B. So I'm going to erase everything that I have here and just do it over. Okay? Same steps, and I'm going to rewrite my polynomial. Make sure you're using another piece of paper so you fully understand how to complete this process. So I have y to the 4th minus 8y cubed plus 10y squared minus 2y plus 4, and I'm dividing by y minus 2, right? So, first step, I said make sure the item terms are in order. They are. So I start with my 4th root term, my cube root, my 2nd square root, my square, and my 1st and then 4th and the 4th. Okay? So, for my binomial, I'm going to solve for one of my roots. So y minus 2 equals 0. So I add 2 to both sides, and I get that y equals 2. So, setting myself up here, I'm going to take the coefficients of this polynomial. I start with 1, negative 8, 10, negative 2, and 4. Okay? Now, my terms are listed. All my terms are listed. So number 3, use the coefficient of each term of the polynomial. Number 4, solve for the variable. I did all those steps. Now, my very first number always drops down, the line comes down. And then I multiply this number times that factor. 1 times 2 is 2. Negative 8 minus 2 is negative 6. Negative 6 times negative 2 is negative 12. 10 minus 12 is negative 2. Then negative 2 times 2 is negative 4. This gives me negative 6. And then I get negative 12 here. And my remainder is negative 8. Okay? So when I rewrite this polynomial, I get 1y cubed, starting with the next number down, minus 6x squared, minus 2x, minus 6, with the remainder of negative 8. Okay, so I'm going to go back, write my answer here. So 186, 286. So my answer, going back here, it's going to go back and write it. We're on letter B. And I get 1y cubed minus 6y squared minus 2y minus 6 with a remainder of negative 8. Moving on. Letter C. D, E, and F, they're the same way. So we're going to do number 2. If you don't know what number 2 is, you look at your paper. We're starting down here. It says, completely factor each polynomial, given a known factor. What are all the zeros of the polynomial? So here's my polynomial. Here's my binomial. Okay, so I'm going to use synthetic division again. I'm going to rewrite my polynomial. I have x cubed plus 9x squared plus 23x plus 15. Alright? My binomial I'm dividing by is x plus 5. So I need to get the roots. So, my bad. X plus 5 equals 0, so I subtract 5 on both sides. X equals negative 5. So I have negative 5 in the corner there. Then 1, 9, 23, 15. Okay, draw my line. And then the 1 comes down, right? And 1 times negative 5 is negative 5. 9 minus 5 is 4. 4 times negative 5 is negative 20. That gives me 23 minus 20, or positive 3. And then 3 times negative 5 is negative 15. And here, I actually have no remainder. My polynomial ends up being x squared plus 4x plus 3. Now I'm not done. I have to factor this polynomial. So you can go to apps in your calculator, or you can find two numbers. So find two numbers. They multiply to 3 and add up to 4. So two numbers that multiply 3, 1 and 3, and 1 plus 3 equals 4. So my factor here, x plus 1 and x plus 3. So I have two zeros that I've created here. My first zero is this negative 5. Remember I had x plus 5? Well, the opposite of that is negative 5. Down here, I have x plus 1 equals 0. I set it equals 0. And I subtract 1 on both sides. I get x equals negative 1 as a factor. And then x plus 3 equals 0. Subtract 3 on both sides. And I get x equals negative 3. So when I go back and write my zeros, I have 3 different zeros. So go back, right? Go down to this problem, and I have x equals negative 5, my original 0, and then negative 3, and negative 1. So for the next one of my zeros is going to be x equals negative 5 over 3. And I'll show you how I came up with that. So when I start the problem, I'm not going to do it completely, but when I start the problem, start out the same way. We combined a lot of steps there, right? So we'll rewrite this. Alright, so actually I'm going to do letter B. No, let's do letter C. Letter C. 25 x cubed plus 150 x squared plus 131x plus 30. All this is divided by 5x plus 3. Remember, we want to find our first root, so 5x plus 3 equals 0. Subtract 3 on both sides. 5x comes down, equals negative 3. Divide both sides by 5. And x equals negative 3/5. So actually, I did that a little bit wrong before, but I'll show you what I mean. So first factor is negative 3 over 5. Alright? And then my numbers, 25, 150, 13, and 30. Move this over a little bit. Actually, just going to rewrite it. So, negative 3 over 5, and then 25, 150, 131, and 30. Okay, so negative 3 over 5, I'm not ready for that yet. I get 25 comes down. 25 times negative 3 over 5, then I get negative 15. 150 minus negative 15. 135. Okay. So I can't do the math in my head. I'm going to go to my calculator here for second mode. Second mode. Okay. All right. So, let's see. Alpha y equals enter negative 3 over 5 times 135, and I get negative 81. Negative 81. Subtract this, I get 50, right? 50 times negative 3 over 5 gives me negative 30. This comes down and I get 0. So, what I ended up with here, in the same situation, finding two numbers that add up to a number and multiply to a number. So what I end up with is 25x squared plus 135 times x plus 50. So what I'm going to do is go and divide out 5 here, or my greatest common factor, and I get divide out of 5. To simplify this, I can divide a 5 out. To simplify this, it makes it easier to work with. I get 5 times 5x squared plus 29x plus 10. Alright? Now, what I'm going to do is use the slide and divide method because it's kind of hard to factor this. So I have this, I'm going to push this over here, right? And I'm going to keep my 5 out here. I have x squared plus 29x plus 50, right? Now I'm looking for two numbers multiplied to 50, add up to 29, and two numbers I can think of. So multiply to 50, add up to 29. So I have 25 and 2, that gives me 27. I have 5 and 10, that gives me 15. And there's no other numbers. That's pretty much it. So it looks like my only group here, unless I did something wrong, my only root would be the number that I started out with, and that's x equals negative 3s. So not 5 thirds, x equals negative 3s. So, tell you what, just do the first page and synthetically divide and turn that back in.